Welcome back to a special edition of the Raider Report. We are here today with head women's volleyball coach Leigh Swartz. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
The Raiders just coming off a fantastic 2012 season, winning their first ever OAC regular season title, getting back to the NCAA tournament for a third time in 4 years, and also achieving the highest national ranking in school history, finishing up number 13 in the nation. And so talk about just what a great ride it was for 2012.
Well, you know, coming into this season, we kind of set a theme. Our theme on our notebooks and kind of everywhere on our back of shirts was Mount Who. And we said that to ourselves in the sense that we really wanted to put Mount Union Volleyball on the map in Division III in the country. And I think as we progressed through this season, as we really challenged through some of the top 15 teams that were ranked nationally on our schedule, we really developed as a program. And I think the Calvin match in the NCAA tournament that we lost most recently really was a culminating moment for us in terms of summarizing how far we had come and where we were at by taking the #1 team in the country to 5 sets and battling them in their home gym. And you know, I think it's safe to say that we really did accomplish our goal in the sense of putting Mount Union on the map and putting ourselves in the conversations of the top teams in Division III this year.
Yeah, it was a Great Lakes regional where 5 of the 8 teams that were there were ranked in the top 15 in the country. You knocked off Medaille College out of New York in the first round. Then, like you said, a thrilling 5-set match against the #1 team in the country on their floor. Just a great way to end the year. A couple All-American honors have already came in for Kristen Gromes, your senior libero, and for Nicole Snyder, your sophomore right side.
Yeah, absolutely. Really proud of both of those kids for us this year. Kristen Gromes really took it upon herself to own her role. She wasn't our starting libero at the end of her junior year, but took it upon herself this summer to work her tail off and come in with a fantastic attitude to prove herself and earn that spot back. And she really elevated her game to the place where she wasn't just relying on her raw athleticism anymore. She was really reading and thinking critically and more cerebrally about the game, and that really allows her to perform more consistently. And then Nicole Snyder is just a special kid as well. You know, being a sophomore and to earn the kind of honor that she did within being named second-team All-American is a huge accomplishment, and she took it upon herself this year to get her butt in better shape, and she made it happen. So they were both 2 great, steady players for us that held the anchor down for us to be consistent throughout the year.
Nicole was also the OAC Player of the Year. You were the OAC Coach of the Year. I know personally Nicole does some great things off the court. She reads actually at my daughter's elementary school of all places, and just your team in general does some of those great service projects. Great GPA. Kristen Gromes, a academic all-district selection. Talk a little bit about your total program, the total thing, not just the success on the court, but how these young ladies have translated into success off the court.
You know, I think one thing that we've really strived to do as a program when it's come to recruiting is to really look at the whole picture, not just what they're capable of doing as student athletes on the floor, because that translates very much into what you're going to get out of them in the off season. You know, the kind of kids they are, how hard, what their work ethic is like, their ability to play and work well with others and work towards a common goal. And I think we've really put together a group of young ladies that have really molded into a group that understands they have an opportunity to do something really special during their 4 years here, and they're taking the reins and leading themselves in many ways and holding themselves accountable. They spend a lot of time together off the court socially. They make a priority to make sure our name stays clean, whether it's in the classroom or out in the community by doing projects, by going. We went down and worked with the YMCA and the After School Alliance school program last year, and they had a blast with that, just hanging out with the kids in the gym. And you know, they just you don't need to take life too seriously. They want to have fun, they want to enjoy each other, but they also understand we got a mission that we're trying to accomplish, and they're all in, which is really fun.
Now, your other seniors that were part of this 3 NCAA tournament run: Dee Glass, who was also an all-conference selection; Tina Snyder. Am I forgetting? Christine Frazier.
Yeah. And Riley Gallant.
And Riley Gallant, yeah.
Yeah, all 4 of those kids have been a part of 3 NCAA tournament appearances, our first OAC tournament championship, and now our first OAC regular season championship. So I guess in many ways you can say they're a group of seniors that's the most decorated group to graduate from Mount Union Volleyball, and they've definitely gotten the ball rolling. It was interesting to hear some of our underclassmen talk in the locker room this week when we had our kind of end of the year wrap-up meeting, and you know, they kind of talked about how we've been a program that's taken it as an honor to be in the NCAA tournament this year, and there are programs like Wittenberg and Calvin and Hope in our region we've kind of put on a pedestal ourselves, you know, but we're coming to the place where our young kids are like, well, why can't that be us every year? Why can't we be that program that teams are, striving to beat? And the fact that they're kind of tasting that and understanding that that's a possibility is one step further that I've really worked to get us there. That's our mission now, is to be that team consistently.
Well, you and your staff have done a great job bringing the program to this point, and we know there's bright days ahead. A lot of players coming back off this year's team. If you want more information about the Mount Union volleyball program, log on to the internet at athletics.mountunion.edu. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.